up here. I should know how to do this by now.
We are live.
We have
My camera wasn't cameraing. Oh, my iPhone is about to fall over.
Hey, what's up, Greg?
Why am I so silly?
Change positions here. We have to change positions here. Not much. How are you doing? How are you doing?
Doing good, man.
That's
The request.
nice. Glad to hear. Let's see if we can find Derek. Okay, I think I found him.
Oh, my breasts.
Come on, Derek. Where you at, bro?
Come on up. Come on up. There we go. How's it going, man?
I'm excited to be here. You know, just life. Plumeria in my hands. No plumeria on your arm. Plumeria on my arm. So I'm just letting these callus over, and I'm just experiencing life, man.
Well, I'll tell you what. I am super excited for tonight's show, even more so than normal, because I have a lot of stuff to tell you guys. I'm gonna need about 10 minutes to just sort of like tell you all the stuff that happened to me this weekend. But first, you guys tell me what's going on with you guys first.
I've already went through mine. I've got these plumerias, so I'm excited. What about you, Gray? What's going on with you?
Well, big ups on the win in Plumeria. You know, I love my Plumerias down here. But this weekend, I had the awesome opportunity to work with Epic Gardening again. If you guys haven't seen that video, it's 14 plants that you want to plant in October. Definitely check it out. You might notice your favorite gardener is dressed as your favorite musician. So definitely dig, if you will, my garden, if you hear what I'm saying.
You know what's crazy? I have a Spanish teacher. He's in Colombia, and he's a musician. And he had never heard of Prince. Now, this is a guy that knows like 100 American artists, like easily. He had never heard of Prince.
Intriguing.
That sounds sacrilegious. I mean, he is a genius.
I know. Like, I don't know. Like, did Prince never go to South America or something?
I got to see him in tour. So, I mean, honestly, I don't know.
I definitely don't know. But you said you got all this stuff that you had going on, and now I'm sitting here in anticipation, Andre, waiting to hear about you. What was your week doing?
Well, I'll tell you what. My weekend was crazy. So my weekend kind of started Thursday. There's one more thing I didn't even put on the list.
You didn't?
We had the largest Asian grocery store in the country open up right here in Orlando. And it's 10 minutes from my house, okay? So I finished work on Thursday, and they open on Thursday, and I go over there. It's pouring rain. I think, it's raining, not a lot to go. There's people in umbrellas lined up all the way down the street. So there's no way I'm going now. But they don't close till 10. So I figured, all right, I'm going to go home, watch some football, whatever, and I'll come back at 9:30, and it should be reasonable. I get there 9:30, I can walk right in, but there's a lineup inside the store to get into the real store. I finally get in, and I buy like a few fruits and a few cool things and some meat and some lobster and some conch and some stuff like that. And then there's a lineup to check out that runs through the entire store to check out. So anyways, it is unbelievable the amount of fruit and the amount of produce and stuff they have. Like, I'm going to go like in the future. I'm never going to get right now, but I think like 6 months from now, it's going to be a really cool place to go. But that was the first thing, all right?
And what was the name of this store?
H Mart. It's H.
H Mart.
Yeah, it's the largest Asian chain food store or whatever. And
I've seen them before.
The largest one in the country.
What? Now, what else happened to you? Because you had that in the line. That's exciting enough.
Yeah. So someone said you can get conch in Orlando. Yes, you can get conch in Orlando from a lot of places. All the Asian markets have conch, so you can get it. Now, so then a friend of mine, he does edible landscapes. And he has another friend who he's building up a food forest for. So this friend has a deer problem. He's got 20 acres and a deer problem.
Oh, no.
I am a deer solution. So he reached out to me to come there and help him with his deer problem, right? And I bow hunt. I hunt with a bow. So I go there Saturday morning, like 9 o'clock, just to scout the place to see like how much deer this guy's got or whatever. And it's like a petting zoo. Like literally like I have my bow with me, and I could literally have taken a deer like that, right? And I decided no. I didn't bring a cooler. I didn't really prepare for this. I'll come back tomorrow morning early, and we're gonna do a real hunt, a real proper hunt, right? But it's like a petting zoo. I come back the next morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, and I'm sitting out there. I'm camoed up, showered up, scent free. I didn't see a deer the whole morning. Like it went from a petting zoo to like the dead zone. So anyway, we'll go back to Friday. All right.
That's
thing
amazing.
That's thing number 2, right?
Okay.
Wait. Because I see you in the trees, camo up, and got camo on your face.
And I know nothing on my face.
Rambo out there. Like,
No.
did you first blood, sir?
Listen, I've done that before because some places you hunt, the deer are super wary, right? But I'm thinking like these deer, I could like walk in a clown suit and go shoot one of these deer, right? But no, but there's none. There's nothing available.
That's because Bambi let the others know. You see this new one, he gonna try to get all of us. So after you done waited in line, you done had all these Bambi moments. What else had happened?
Listen, all right. Now, right after that, I got to go meet a guy about some poop, right? So this guy, this is like I'm meeting all these people as friends of friends and friends and through social media. And this guy has rabbit poop, right? And he sells rabbit out of his truck because he has like a rabbit farm apparently, right? The great thing about rabbit poop is it's a cold fertilizer. So you can put it directly into your plants. You don't have to cure it or like horse manure or cow manure or anything like that. You can put it right in your plants. So he sells that out the back of his car. And I got 2 nice big bags of rabbit poop. I was super excited about that. And that was enough to fertilize my entire food forest. So that was super exciting about that too. Now, the other thing is soil. And this is all connected. Like all these people are like one connection to the next connection to the next connection. Because the guy that told me about the rabbit poop guy is also the guy that told me about the soil guy. And he's also the guy who gave me this.
Is this the soil you was talking about last week?
Is the Monstera fruit.
Oh, the Monstera, yes.
So
You can't see it on Instagram.
There you go. That bag was up real high.
These things could fall right off like this. That's when you know it's ready, right? So if you eat it before that, you're gonna get like it's gonna like destroy your mouth. It's gonna destroy you. It's gonna kill you. But I'm gonna
describe that taste to us, please.
Now, a lot of people haven't tried soursop and they haven't tried sugar apples.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about that.
It's a cross between a soursop and a sugar apple. For most people, they will describe it as a cross between a banana and a pineapple.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
And it's very, like, it is such a tropical flavor. It's unlike anything you've tasted.
I can only imagine. Oh, he's making that look so good. Y'all see this?
It looks weird, but it's actually, I'm sorry. Look, I got this little piece out here.
Yeah, go ahead. Finish that real piece. There you go.
He's savoring that bug.
And you got to eat it bit by bit because it only unveils itself bit by bit.
So you say that bit for us.
It's really good. It's really good. It's really
good. You guys got that live. He waited until we were live so you guys could see him. Like, you can't have it.
Yeah, that's going to be my Monday Night Football snack right there. But the last thing is the soil. So the guy who gave me that fruit, he's a big proponent of mineral-based soils. Okay? Because his thing is, when you're growing trees, especially in pots, and it's just chock full of organic matter. Like, he says, like, that's not how a tree in nature grows, right? Like, in nature, you have an organic matter on top, right? And stuff seeps down or whatever, but you have a lot of gravel and rock and, you go on a mountain, you see trees growing right out of stone, like things like that. So his deal is we're suffocating those roots. We're rotting those roots. The roots can't breathe. They can't spread out. So he has a recipe for a mineral mix. And I made my version of the mineral mix this weekend. So basically, it's the only organic matter in it is really the peat moss. Right? So there's peat moss, there's perlite, There's sand, like regular
Okay.
like beach sand or construction
Yeah.
sand, whatever. Gravel, lava rocks, a little bit of wood ash. What else? I think that might. Oh, and I ended up. The rabbit guy gave me some rabbit bedding, like some of the bedding from the rabbits with the urine and a little bit of poop in it. And I ended up mixing a little bit of that in there to give it a little nitrogen. And what I did is I took out a lot of my blueberry plants that were struggling. I have pretty big blueberry plants that are struggling in the pots. And when I took them out, the roots were so matted. Like it wasn't even like individual roots. It was like felt, like thick, hard felt in the exact shape of this massive pot. So I ended up doing a lot of root pruning, and I don't really like root pruning. I don't really like messing with roots. But I had to cut. It wasn't even like roots. It was like almost like thick fabric. It was so dense and thick in there. And I repotted that. I put some sulfur in there as well to decrease the pH. And I've repotted those. And I'm doing an experiment. I've got 2 mangoes in pots, or 4 mangoes in pots. 2 in the mineral soil, seedlings, and 2 in regular potting soil. And I'm going to compare them over the winter and see which ones do better. And I can tell you already that one of the great things about it is water drains completely from the mineral soil. But it also moves through the mineral soil at a very slow rate. Like it'll pool on top and it will slowly sink. Whereas with the organic matter, it just wets and it goes right in and it just sits in there. But this will sit on top for a little bit and then it will slowly go through. But then when you look at the bottom of the pot, like 80% of that water is gone. Whereas with the potting soil, like 80% of the water is still in the pot.
I definitely want to see what happens with this.
Doing these videos, and he was saying he waters his plants every day. He doesn't worry about it because it drains.
I'm glad you mentioned that. That's kind of the consistency I use with my citrus. So yes, I am every single day I'm watering my citrus, but I have not had a root rot problem in any one of them. But now I'm glad you did mention for the folks listening in that you added in a little sulfur to that mix, because with that wood ash, it can actually change the alkalinity and increase it and make it more neutral. So I'm glad you.
Yeah, I was very light on the wood ash. Like it was just like a scoop of wood ash with like a big thing or whatever. And I made sure that because the ones for the blueberries, they got a lot of sulfur in there. They got a lot of sulfur mixed in there. Sulfur, soil acidifier. Yeah.
Now, real quick, the people want you to repeat the mix for the YouTube.
Okay. So I would say in parts, I would say like 1 part, 1 part lava rock, 1 part sand, 1 part perlite, 1 part gravel, 1 part peat moss. Am I missing an ingredient?
Ash.
Wood ash, maybe like a 1/4 part wood ash, and then the organic matter, like the fertilizer that was in it, was the bedding from the rabbit mix. So I would say that could be, that could be anything. That could be a regular like granular fertilizer. It could be rabbit pellets. It could be worm castings. It could be anything that you think is the organic matter that you want to help provide nutrients. And it's going to be very gritty. It's going to be a very gritty mix. It's not going to feel like your typical soil that you squeeze and it's all soft and mushy and whatever. And I'm still experimenting with it. So, who knows? All my plants might be dead next weekend. So we'll find out. But I like the way that it looks in the pot. I like the way the water passes through it. To me, it looks like it's a good idea. And this guy, every tree that he buys, because he's actually building a food forest in another location, so he's got a lot of trees in pots. And every tree that he buys, he bare roots it right away. Bare roots it, washes the roots off, and repots it in his mineral soil.
Well, it sounds like, I like it too, and it sounds like his plants are thriving. And speaking of thrive, this is one of our sponsors. We have our Thrive here. Now, Andre left his in one of his mini properties, right? So he doesn't have his on today. But this is a beautiful project that was brought to me by my good friend Gray. This is an organic root and soil booster, and it smells amazing. I actually like to dab some behind my ears before I go out and about because it gets. That was about to be explicit. I'm going to cut that sentence out. It was about to be real rough. Andre was not ready for what I was about to say. But when it comes to this, you can use this little bottle. You only need 2 tablespoons per gallon of water for your indoor plants. So you need, this is about 240 mils, and you only need 30 per gallon of water. So this little bottle can last you a bit, and you don't have to use this often. So get you some Thrive today. He's showing you how much you need. Your plant's roots need attention. Its soil needs attention. And with that, we're going to keep going.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, mine is in Mexico. My plants are struggling in Mexico. We had a lot of drought, and they're new plants in a new bed. I said, you know what? I'm going to give them the Thrive, and let's see how they do. I'm heading back there in a couple weeks. I'll let you guys know what the results are.
We can't wait because when you got as many acres as Gray and Andre got, and between the two of them, they got about 2,571. You can get a lot of usage out of all these things. So great, Andre, you done told me all these phenomenal things. And with all of these beautiful things you're doing, it really makes me think how I should save my money in order to grow and do better things. And that's what we're going to be talking about today, party people. We're going to be doing some gardening on a budget. We're going to be jumping into it and talking. So all of us, may not be as rich as we want to be, especially in the now time. Gardening can be either very cheap or very expensive, depending on what you're growing, right? It can be a lot of things going on. So we're going to tell you some of our tips and tricks to saving the money when it comes to gardening. Because let's face it, I'm not as rich as Andre is. We know in one of his CD accounts, he has one of them bank vaults, right? You see in the newses, and they have all types of fancy stuff in a bank vault. Then when I go to the bank, they walk me out kindly and say, don't come back. But when you...
Okay.
He dives in. And there's money everywhere. I know. They got his picture up in my bank. That's how I know. I'm like, I don't even know this man. And they're like, money. So, with that being said, we're going to talk about our beautiful things. What you got for us, Andre?
All right, hold on. A person asked about the content, the organic content in the soil. I would say you want the organic content to be no more than 1/3. You want it to be no more than 1/3 organic material. The rest of it's mineral. Yeah.
And with really what you said, it sounds like it's even like almost a tenth of it.
Yeah,
because
mine is probably maybe 20%. It's like a fifth probably of mine.
When you get the time, I know you're probably going to post a picture or a video of it later. Just send it to me when you do. I want to see what this looks like because I love a soil mix. I mix my own soil.
Tomorrow. I'll post the video tomorrow. I have the video.
I love that.
When are you going to post it?
Tomorrow.
All right, guys. I'm from Canada originally, so they make fun of the way that I say tomorrow. I don't know how I'm supposed to say tomorrow. Apparently, they say like tomorrow.
Tomorrow. There you go. He said it.
That's it. Tomorrow.
I want everybody to type in tomorrow in the comments. So we got another.
How do you say it?
Tomorrow.
So you just don't put a W at the end.
No, unless if I'm code switching, then I will say, hey, tomorrow I want you to do such and such a much, right? But
I'm singing,
yeah.
Tomorrow,
I love ya tomorrow. I did my beautiful redhead afro on for that one.
Mañana.
So
okay, there's a question there.
We just wanted to say that they're showing us some love in the UK.
Oh, love you.
All right, thank you.
Pip, Pip, and cheerio. Keep our pinkies out for them.
All right. So what is
one of my friends from the UK? I told her I would try to use this phrase, and I hope I'm using it correctly. When you're having a rough day, you're having a knackering day. And I told her, I was like, I'm going to use that phrase. I'm going to find a way to put that in my vocabulary.
Are you taking a piss?
Oh, we love it.
That's the thing they say. Right. The people want to know. what cost saving tips do you have for the people? What's your number one? What would you say is your favorite hack that you save money with?
Ooh, what you got, Greg? I know you got something.
Look, for me, my number one community. Look, right here.
Ooh,
You guys know that we're all friends, right? Derek, Andre, and I. We chat, but we also share. That
We
is
do.
the number one thing that I can always tell you to do when you're gardening is find you a gardening community. I got a buddy that's a couple of blocks away, and I love him because he is one of those overzealous gardeners. Like, hey, I want to grow pawpaw, or I want to grow, jambuca, or whatever. And I benefit from it because he loses the thrill, and then he's like, well, hey, you want this plant? Like, sure. And then I trade him like strawberries and things like that, or I trade him like plant cuttings. Honestly, that is one of the best ways to save in the garden because you don't have to put all of your efforts into growing a particular thing. But if people in your community are like, hey, if Derek is growing some squash and Andre is growing some mangoes and I have some blueberries to share, we can share amongst each other. So not all of my soil will be focused on every single thing that I could possibly eat. So that's my one tip right there. It's like community, one.
Can I jump on that? Because
jump on it.
the reason I have this Monstera is community. You know how much one of these would cost to have to buy and order?
$100 or so.
$40 to get one of these shipped to my house. All right.
Oh God.
So community. I'll tell you what. Even this weekend, I had a friend come over, picked up bamboo from me because I grow a lot of bamboo. She wanted to build a trellis. She picked up bamboo. Someone else came over for banana pups. They picked up 3 banana pups for free from my house. Like the most underrated quality that you can have in life, this is a life lesson, is likability. If people like you, you are going to go so much more. When I hear people say, I'm not here to make friends, I think they're crazy because you should be everywhere you go to make friends. I go everywhere to make friends. I don't go anywhere not to make friends, right? So, because people will do so much for you if they know you, and you can save a ton because people always have extra stuff in this space. And gardeners are some of the friendliest, most giving people in the world. So make friends with other gardeners, and you're going to get so much free stuff. You'll get cuttings, you'll get plants, you'll get pots, you'll get all kinds of things from people.
And I think if we really go deeper into it, like with the community, you get free advice. Now you can get free bad advice and you can get free good advice. But you can get a lot of cool things for free. Like there's some things that I take with me from Costa Farms. I had an event I did with them earlier this year. And when it's like describing like low light versus bright light for houseplants, that's free information that I stole from them. I mean, they were saying that. But I stole it from them and I will use it forever, right? That is a forever and a day thing. So on your communities, on your social medias, I hate the Facebook groups, but you can find one for your city or your county. I do because they post a lot of BS. But you can find people who are giving away cuttings or selling them for cheap, giving away pots and selling them for cheap. I have tons of pots in here I've given away. I've helped to give away over my lifetime. Literally hundreds of thousands of pots, like literally, that was going to be thrown away. I made sure they got given away to Cooperative Extension in North Carolina. That was then spread out across the county. I still go across the state. I still will go to random places and see things I gave away. So you can never underestimate the power of community. And just being here with you all, we get community. So I know we got a couple of questions Andre was writing down.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. I got another cost-saving hack.
Go for it.
And I have friends that use this. I don't particularly use this one that much because I'm just a little bit kind of. But when you're at like Lowe's and you get bags of soil, bags of compost, bags of manure, if those bags are ripped, you can get them for 50% off. Now, I'm not telling people to go in there and rip bags. All right, don't go in and rip bags. But a lot of times, if the bags are ripped, you can get them at a discount, and they might just have a small tear in them. And a lot of times, they'll bag it in a bigger bag for you, or give you paper to put down in your vehicle. But that's a way to get your bagged soil or your bagged compost or whatever it is at 50% off. Now, Home Depot doesn't really seem to want to do that, but I know a lot of people do it at Lowe's.
Well, Home Depot got its own problems, so we ain't gonna talk about them. But when it does come to the Lowe's, I've done that myself where I had like a bag of fertilizer that had a hole in it. And I'm not, people say that I manipulate people, and I trick people to get what I want. And I just think that I just have a look about me that people just want to help me. You know what I mean? So I've gotten stuff that was maybe 50% off or cheaper than that because I just make friends everywhere I go. I got a bag of fertilizer for free one day. We just got it. It was great. Nice amount of fertilizer. It was phenomenal. Got a bag with holes in it. Woman was like, just, here you go, 25% off. Just if you for a couple of dollars. You can never be sure. So definitely see that. And speaking of them garden places, know, like your Home Depots and your Lowe's, if you get a plant from them within like a year, right? Keep that receipt. It dies within that year. You can take it back. A lot of people don't know that. You don't even have to have the same pot. I just take it in a plastic grocery bag. And I get that receipt in my hands. And I give it to the people.
Oh, someone said that they get free 5-gallon buckets from their bakery.
Now, that's another one. I still work in pharma, but I used to work where I could get, like, there were certain things I would use or know that people would use in the 5-gallon buckets, and I have them all around my home. Like 5 and 10 gallon, 5 and I think this one is, how many gallons is this one? I'm almost knocked over that glass. I think this one is 5. Yeah, I think this is 5. And I think I have like a 3-gallon one. But I got them, I drilled a bunch of holes in the leaves and the lids. And then I'll use these to like water plants to recycle water around the house. Another cross-saving ag.
You know what's weird? I've never seen someone read the bottom of a 5-gallon bucket to know that it's a 5-gallon bucket. If you stay around me long enough, Andre, you'll see a lot of weird things. You see me do a lot of stuff that you'll never see. It's funny. When I was hunting, I saw through a bunch of trees what appeared to be a 5-gallon bucket. But even from like 50 yards away, I could tell that didn't scale to 5 gallons. That was like a 3-gallon bucket. Like, I feel like a 5-gallon bucket is so recognizable that, like, you just know when it's a 5-gallon bucket.
You might.
And now, speaking of buckets, another hack that I got for you guys is the containers, guys. So, we're talking about the 5-gallon buckets, which is great if you're trying to start a container garden. But a lot of times, those extra nursery pots, going back to our big box stores and our nurseries, they will throw a lot of that plastic away. You can ask them for it. I've asked them for it all the time. I go up to them with no shame in my game. Like, hey, can I have these? I'm like, yeah, please take them. Or even the seed tray holders, right? The nursery holders.
Yep.
Those are great for transplanting seeds, and I get them free all the time.
Or find the person you know that has the most plants, and they will have the most pots. They will have, like, I've got hundreds of pots that are free to anyone that wants to come and get pots.
Same. I have hundreds of pots and books, and I have seed tray holders. I have all types of stuff. I can pretty much let you leave with your own seed starting kits. If you are in North Carolina, please come and see me. Andre's in Florida. Gray's in Texas. I'm sure he has stuff. Because I don't want to just throw this plastic away. I feel so bad. So I end up just keeping it here.
Exactly. And I have stacks and stacks of pots, and it just makes a whole mess back there, but they're there. And every person that I know that has a food forest, they've got a place where they've got stacks and stacks of pots.
Just so many. Now, speaking of stacks and stacks of pots, this is going to jump into my hack for saving money and stuff. I recycle soil. So there are a lot of people who do a lot of house plants or just outdoor plants, and they will trash soil. I don't know where this came from, but this soil, whether it's cocoa coir or peat moss, they are like non-renewable resources, either or. So I literally just have like what I call a soil factory. I got the concept from a friend of mine, Compost Fairy, and I just put it in a big bucket. It's in like a big tote. I can't lift that one up to see the bottom of it to see how big it is. It's bigger than 5 gallons. I know that much. And I put it in that, and it's basically like failed vermicomposting They ended up having earthworms take over, so they're excited in there. All I had to do was leave them alone, apparently, and they loved it better. I would never have been a good parent, apparently. And then bokashi, my compost, and then I'll just let it sit in there over time, and then I end up sifting it out, reusing it, and then I give it away to people. So, like, I've not had to buy soil, really, unless I'm, like, just purposely showing people what to look for, in years. And recently, I just gave away, like, a trash can of, like, old peat that I haven't done anything to. But because of that, I haven't had to buy peat in a long, just soil in general, any growing media, in a very, very long time.
Now, JL made a great point in the comments there that when you have all those pots, they are definitely roach motels here in Florida, like for sure. And they are
There are roach
also
motels everywhere.
wolf spider hotels. You get these giant wolf spiders that live in these things too.
Well, even to add to that, roaches everywhere, because roaches be hiding in them here. When you have any group of pots, this is just a safety thing. You have something you've been sitting, that's a dark area, it's been sitting by itself for a while. Do not reach in with your bare hands. Put on like a thick pair of gloves because a black widow could be in there. Black widows love these dark, recessed areas. I've had the pleasure of running into them a couple of times and not getting bit. Something would usually just shake me and be like, check this out. And then it'll be like, hey, and they even have the brown widows that are still the black widows. You don't want to run into that, so just be careful.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
definitely.
tell you what I do.
What you do?
Because out by my garden, out by my greenhouse, actually, I have a lot of leftover containers out there. Honestly, I go out there with my Crocs because people always talk about me and my Crocs with socks. Well, there's wild with socks. But I go out there and keep the hell out of them. I take them first. That's what I do. I take them first, and they're like, okay, it's clear. I can grab it.
Now.
If you're worried about bugs or pests,
Yes.
Sonia's bug spray. Sonia's bug spray. I don't have my super big one here, but Sonia's bug spray, this is the greatest thing for pests, for insects. If you want to put something on that does not feel like a bug spray, look at it. It looks like a cologne in here, and it should be because it smells like lemongrass. It smells amazing. And when you put it on your skin, it doesn't feel like bug spray at all. It actually feels like lotion. And I'm not a big lotion guy, but this is something I can put on pretty much every day, and it keeps the bugs away amazing. It'll feel like you're not even wearing bug spray. It'll feel like you're wearing cologne. And people will tell you that you smell good because it actually smells like lemongrass.
We love to smell good.
Yeah, and you can get it on sonyasbugspray.com. You can also get them. Is it on Amazon too? I can't remember. Is it on? I know it's on the TikTok shop. You get it on the TikTok shop. Definitely.
You can purchase it in a plethora of places, but you go to her page. It's Sonia with an I, right?
Sonia's
And
Bug
you
Spray.
go there and get you that bug spray. So, we are doing all of these beautiful hacks. I want you all in the comments to throw in some of your good money-saving hacks. We are talking about things you can do to garden. I will sometimes go to your Dollar Generals or your Family Dollars, right? And I may get certain products. Now, I'm not going to buy, like, potting soil. If I do, I'll still, like, beef it up with compost or something. But I may get like the fertilizers because a fertilizer is a fertilizer is a fertilizer. And seeds, you can do that too. You can sometimes even, here's a beautiful thing, the Walmart, your big box stores that are selling these plants and these bulbs that are not really garden centers, most of them, even garden centers, are going to have end of season sales for these bulbs that you could just keep in a dark, cool space until next year and plant. And you've gotten them for cheap. I have so many bulbs in this house. I have a problem. I've had to go to Bulbs Anonymous because I would go and they had them for $1 and I couldn't help myself and I spent $50 every week on more bulbs. And then I was on the street doing ungodly things for bulbs. What about you, Andre?
Well,
What other hacks you got?
I'll tell you what. I was going to jump on the dollar store thing because a lot of times people are worried about dollar store seeds. They're like, oh my God, they're GMO. When really, it's the exact opposite. That is the last place in the world that you are going to get a GMO seed at a dollar store. Like, you're not going to get a GMO seed. None of the seeds that you're going to buy in any stores at a regular person are going to be GMO. So
yeah,
erase that. And they're not organic either. They're not organic. Organic is how you grow it. You can grow it organic or you can grow it with pesticides, but the seeds aren't going to make it organic or not organic. So
yeah,
all that stuff
it's
for the
crazy.
package, don't worry about all that stuff. Dollar store seeds are perfectly fine. The only thing I'd worry about is sometimes maybe they're a little old or something like that. But there's nothing unhealthy about the things you grow with dollar store seeds. They're perfectly fine.
And I mean, if you take them and plant them all, you'll get good germination rates. Hopefully, you plant them all, take care of them, and once you collect your own seed, you'll be good. Go ahead, Gray.
Now, see, because a lot of people actually like, oh, especially when you get over into the Facebook stuff, like, oh, dollar store seeds are trash. I mean, dollar store seeds, they're water. I mean, so if you're looking for something that's your regular run-of-the-mill crop, we're talking about the squashes, your tomatoes, and so forth. I mean, even if let's say you have a success rate of 50%, only 50% of the seeds germinate, which I've never had. I've actually had every single seed in a dollar store tree seed packet germinate on. But even if you only got 50%, you still only paid a quarter. Now, when it comes to my heirloom seeds or my special variety seeds, of course, yeah, I'm gonna spend a little bit more money on, like for instance, my burgundy broccoli. But I mean, we're talking about some cucumbers, we're talking about tomatoes, squash, and stuff like that. I mean, I'm going to dollar store, because that's gonna be my staples, and that's how you can easily save money.
But
Spend
it's
your money
already
on the exotic stuff, right?
Yeah, because it's already hard to turn a profit on a backyard garden, right? Like when you price out the amount of money that you spend to grow a tomato, like you're not saving money, right? For most people, they're not saving money. Most people are going to spend a lot of money on that tomato or that couple of tomatoes that they get, right? Now, once you're experienced or you're doing really well, or you're really good at gardening, yeah, maybe you get to the point where you break even, or maybe even save a couple dollars here or there. But for the most part, you do this because you love it, right? And if you're going to do it because you love it, minimize the expenses to you. Try to get as close to breaking even or positive as you can. And seeds are a great way to do it because seeds are cheap. Seeds are cheap.
Yeah, and you can get seeds from a library too. Go ahead.
No, and we definitely need to touch on that library choice, the seed library. But that reminds me, this weekend I did a video talking about the fact, was it this weekend? I don't remember. I do too many of these videos. Talking about your gardening will not replace your local grocery bill. Because I feel like, and I made a point to say this, that I feel like a lot of the gardening influencers lie to us. Just for lack of a better term. Like, oh yes, my family of 4, this 4x6 raised bed grows all of our produce. No. I mean, gardening can be a very expensive hobby if we allow it to be. But the realism of it is, Andre, do you still go to the grocery? You were actually just talking about H Mart, weren't you?
Yeah, I go grocery store all the time.
Derek, do you go to the grocery store?
Of course I do, because unlike Andre, I don't have 3,000 acres. I have to.
Listen, Gray's got more acres than me.
I know. He has 3,001. So with that being said, I still have to go to the grocery store. So, and I think that's the biggest thing. Like I have a woman I used to work with a long time ago. She worked, well, it wasn't that long ago, but she has a farm. Her farm, she had rabbits that she did for meat and for the fur. She had donkeys, she had pigs. She butchered a pig, gave me meat. It was amazing. She had chickens and everything else, and just plants aplenty. And she would still have to go to the grocery store herself and she was one of the hardest working women in the show business. She worked a full-time job, and then she took care of this farm by herself. And even doing that, she had to be able to do all those things. So just keep that in mind. A lot of these big influencers, like Gray said, they lie to y'all. They don't lie to me, though. They lie to y'all.
Yeah, there's a lot of movie magic. And and sometimes there's alternate sources where some of these veggies are coming from, and they're just going to show you a bed, and they're going to say, all the food's coming from this bed, but a lot of times it's not. So you got to take everything with a grain of salt, and do the best you can. A lot of people go to this homesteading and they realize when they're investing a lot of money into it that it's not as easy as they thought it was going to be, and a lot of them are coming back to away from homesteading because it's not that easy.
Okay, I got to give a shout out to my new friend. On TikTok. His name is just a little off-grid too. Because this dude, we instantly clicked because, I was talking about my whole grocery store thing. Well, he has a homestead out in, where's his homestead? I think he said he's out in Montana. And he says you get so many people that are romanticized by the homestead lifestyle and not realize that it is a lot of work. And literally, the winters in Montana will kill you. So you have to do your background research on this and realize it's a lot of work. I mean, and yes, you're still gonna have to go to the grocery store. You may have to pay for water. You know, these are things that you have to figure out. And now I want to tell you about one of my favorite shows. I've mentioned it before. This show called Homestead Rescue. If you guys have never seen it and you are romanticizing about having your own homestead, watch this show because it will give you that reality check. Like, ooh, off the grid is some work.
I like the grid. I like the grid.
I love the grid because I need its power. So, speak in romanticizing, one thing that I do, and I did a video about this recently, I posted it and reposted it, is I will buy concentrates and things. So like fertilizers and even pesticides. So all of you may, like me, hate roaches. I can't stand them. I have a terrible aversion to them, and I will burn down a house. I'm glad you don't. If I see one in the house, I cannot sleep until it's dead. And if I never find it, if I don't find it in 3 hours, I'm burning the place down. I don't care where it is. The place must now be burnt down because only then will it die. But I used to go and get like the Home Defense and some other bug sprays that I just would use. There's one I got that was like made with natural stuff, and it didn't really, I don't know if it killed the roaches or not, because my chest was hurting so bad I had to leave the house. I had to air the whole house out, had to give it away to somebody. I could not use it at all. But I would get the Home Defense, and one day I just had the idea, let me see if I can find the concentrate. This is not a sponsor, but I went to the Amazing, found this concentrate, and I bought it in like 2023. It's 2025, and I've done my house several times, my mom's house a couple of times. I've went to friends' house. Like I've done a lot. I've done the apartment indoor and outdoor several times, and I still have a lot. So it was $20 in 2023. Amazing price. And for the big one that you already get pre-mixed is $20. It's the same price. I have my own pump sprayer.
There you go. I love it.
Yep.
Now, and speaking of concentrate and paying that upfront cost, I want to jump in here for a second. Okay?
Go ahead.
So, you guys may not know this. I know Derek and Andre, but my other life is actually an automotive mechanic. Prior diesel mechanic, I work on cars, and tools are my lifeblood. The best advice I can give you when it comes to your garden tools, pay the money up front. Yeah, I know it might cost a little bit more, but buy that tool once and maintain it. Because yes, we have all seen the Dollar Tree pruners. Guys, I have gone through like 15 years of plastic and they fall apart. And yeah, they're only $1.25, but those $1.25s start adding up real quick.
They really do.
Use some good quality tools that will last you, and then with those tools, retain them, maintain them with retain. Taking care of your tools, this will be a one and done buy. These pruners right here, I know are gonna last me another 20 years. I'm gonna prune a lot of trees and make a lot of grass using these pruners, and I'm definitely gonna retain them using my retained lubricator. Tool lubricator, this is gonna lube up your tools. You need to lube that null up. Don't use the alcohols because that can actually dry your tools out.
It really can.
And,
I'm silly. Go ahead.
and it's all natural, and it also disinfects. So when you're doing your grafts and your air layers, this is definitely going to help disinfect your tools, so you'll have a higher success rate with your grafts and your air layers as well, and you won't spread disease from tree to tree.
This is beautiful.
Spray.com. You can also get it on Walmart.com.
This is awesome. So I know we got a lot of people who are asking us a lot of questions. And those of you, because we're so trying to make sure we give all these free advice out, if we missed your question, because we missed a lot of them, just hit us up. Message any of us and we will talk to you. But go ahead, Gray.
No, yeah, I'm just saying. Go ahead.
What's that?
No, finish.
I was gonna say, retain those tools. Pay that initial upfront cost. Any mechanic, any automotive will tell you, like, yeah, don't get those cheap tools because they will bust your knuckle when you sit there working on a car or something like that. Get something that's gonna last, and that's what you want to do. Pay that initial upfront cost and just take care of good tools.
I love it.
Now, let me give you a hack that has literally saved me thousands of dollars.
Ooh, I want this.
Thousands of dollars. Now,
Yes.
375 acres.
Yes. You got to add zero into that. Go
the
ahead.
one thing is you have to have a little bit of space. But GetChipDrop.com. Not a sponsor of the show yet, but GetChipDrop.com is a way to get free mulch. When the tree companies cut those trees down and they chip them up, they need a place to dump it. And if they can't find a place to dump it, they have to pay to dump it. They will dump it at your house if you want them to. But you got to sign up. It's free. It's a free service. You can tip, like you can put a tip in there, which I'll tell you will get you chips faster. If you put a tip in there, you can put $20, $40, $60, $80, whatever number you want. Usually $20 is enough to get it. Now, different parts of the country, they kind of move at different speeds. Here in Florida, usually if I put a chip drop order in, within a day or two, I have a mountain of chips. And the problem is you don't get to decide how much you want. They're going to unload a truckload. A dump truck is going to dump a load on your property. So you got to make sure that you tell them where you want it to be. And if you have a spot where you can put a pile of chips for a period of time, even on your driveway, whatever the case may be, they will dump it there, and it's free natural mulch. And literally, I've saved, yes, get chip drop, not ship, chip with a C. GetChipDrop.com.
Because they're dropping off wood chips. So this is dope. I wish I was a moderator. Go ahead, Andre.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you to make me a moderator, but I was like, I know we're gonna fix this later.
Yeah,
we are so important, y'all. We have the people here in our comments trying to spice up what we are talking about because they are so enthralled. You didn't let me finish. They are so enthralled with us black people doing black things that they are going to love this. Now, Andre, can you show them this? What's this product here?
Is my sweet and spicy pepper sauce. It's absolutely delicious. It's all natural. Check it out. You can get it on Amazon and you can get it on my website, andrethefarmer.com. A lot of people don't know that I have pepper sauce. I made this almost a year ago. We sold about 4,000 bottles, tons of repeat customers. People love it. I love it. I put this stuff on everything. Turns good food great. So check it out. All natural. Andre the Farmer sweet and spicy sauce. Comes in hot and it comes in a not so hot. All right?
That's right. So I want you to get this, okay? Make sure you get it and block anybody that's saying anything crazy. Go ahead.
Well, you know what?
Oh, they talk about they're asking cheap fertilizer. Let's go into that next. Go ahead, Greg.
All right.
Oh, okay, yeah. My friend Kitty won. We definitely have to take care of her. But I was going to say, for Andre's pepper sauce, you know what it makes great for?
What's that?
On a holiday season, a great stocking stuffer.
Does it?
Your family with dropping of some Andre's pepper sweet and spicy sauce, right there in the stocking stuffer. It's a good. I did it last year.
I love that. See, all I did was give my family trouble. So it was good for me. Now, when it comes to cheap fertilizers, here's what I will tell you all. This is a big thing if you can do it, okay? Go in with your friends and get like one of those big bags. So get like a 5-pound bag of a 10-10-10 or a 5-5-5. Like it doesn't, whatever brand, doesn't matter. But get you a big bag, right? And here's why I want you to get that big bag. If you get a 10-pound bag of fertilizer, and that may cost you all $50, right? Me, Gray, and Andre go in for that $50 bag. That's going to last us a couple of years. Even amongst all the acreage, those two have like their real numbers of acreage. That's going to last us for a couple of years if we use it not as heavily as intended by the bags. So that is one of my bigger things. I will like get fertilizer, and then like if somebody's I need some fertilizer, I have fertilizer all over this house. I will bag you up a little dime bag of fertilizer and give it to you.
Yeah, buying in bulk and sharing the cost with multiple people, that's a great way to do things. And that's all part of having friends. Having community and having friends in this can save you a ton of money because all the trees and plants that I've gotten from people. Go ahead.
No, yeah, I'm agreeing with you. But I'm going to take this full circle, going back to what Andre was talking about before. His rabbit coop friend, going back to that community. I mean, so if you're looking for free fertilizers, there are a plethora of farmers, chicken farmers, pig farmers, goat farmers, and so forth. And I know my friend, Miss Kitty, she's over on the West Coast. California is a huge agricultural state. I'm pretty sure that you can look online. or check with your online agricultural extension, and they might be able to hook you up with some local farmers that might have an abundance of manure that's easy to use and that's free. They're like, hey, come and get it.
Yeah, I would, and again, the Dollar Tree. I will go to the Dollar Tree, and I will get like the sticks or the liquids or something, or like I know a lot of people don't like Miracle-Gro, but I will get like the big, regular old rusty, big bags of fertilizer of the liquid because it's cheap and it's easy. So like, definitely think about that. But again, for me, I definitely can't wait to the day where I have a bunch of friends and we can buy like 100 pounds of fertilizer and I just give it to my grandkids.
And the thing about it too is a lot of times people think that it's virtuous to do things the hard way.
It's
You
not.
don't have to do everything the hard way. You don't get extra points for making it harder on yourself. Sometimes there are ways that you can do things easier, and you don't have to be a purist in gardening all the time. And I think too many people get hung up on that. The other day I did a video where I'm planting starts, and and someone comes on there, oh, you're not a real gardener if you don't grow everything from seed. I'm like, what? Like, do I get an award if I grow it from seed? Like, sometimes I grow stuff from seed, sometimes I just get starts.
Yeah. Yeah. Or like think about those people, like look at my people in Michigan right now, right? Look at my people in Maine, or look at my people in Alaska who have a short window of when they can grow. I mean, yes, it would be great if they could grow from seed, but I mean, if you have a short window of when you can actually grow your produce, start from starts if you can. Nothing wrong with it. Like strawberries. I love strawberries, right? I think you guys know that I have 13 strawberry patches. You think I started them from seeds? No. Because when you grow strawberry from seeds, you have a full year before you'll even see your first berry. I start them from bare roots.
Yep.
And guess what? Bare root strawberry plants, I mean, you're paying like $1.50 per bare root. I just bought 40 to restock all of my beds. So I mean, you don't, like you said, you don't get an award for growing from seeds.
You don't, and I just looked up just to be sure, like, what's the price of a 50-pound bag? I found 50-pound bags of fertilizer going from $18 for like a 10-10-10 or 15-15-15 to $35, right? You get it shipped. That's not a lot of money, and that's definitely going to change because I like to support certain brands, but it's definitely going to change how I buy some fertilizers in the future. So buy these big bags, and especially if you have the place to put them up somewhere. So this
Let me
is
ask you a
beautiful.
question. Now, when you buy a 10-10-10, that's a pretty strong fertilizer, right? Like, can you, like, I don't want to say dilute, but can you, like, I don't know, mix in sand or gravel or soil and make bags of fertilizer that are lower grade to use as well?
Well,
I mean-
Derek, explain to them the 10-10-10 and what that actually is. Because a lot of our viewers might not understand what that ratio means and how you can actually break that. You guys ever heard?
So yeah, I mean the 10-10-10 is your nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, right? And those are different nutrients that are needed for like the actual upkeep and the growth or legitimate growth of your plants. Like all nutrients are important, but we need like those three in the highest levels in order to truly support cellular growth, the enzymatic responses of your plants, and like them just upbuilding their tissues. So when you are getting a 10-10-10, that is saying the parts of those nutrients in relation to the actual volume of that bag.
Is
But
that parts per million, or is that parts per?
I felt like you were going to ask that, and I'm going to say I don't remember right now, but I'm hoping Gray can figure it out while I'm talking. When it comes to that, I was like, well, he's going to ask this, but it came to me and it's like, well, I can't remember. But when it comes to those parts, when you are giving like a 10-10-10, there's different rates that are on, or any fertilizer that's a granular, right? There's different rates. So just in general, any fertilizer, there's a rate that they would tell you to use. And that rate is based on to give this volume to this size plant, to this tree, to this amount of soil in a pot, to this volume of land. This is what your broadcast rate is, but you don't have to follow that. So I often will even though I use most things like in tangent with each other, because I use both slow release and liquid together at the same time. You don't have to be as heavy-handed as the bags say, or I shouldn't say heavy-handed. You can go lighter than what the containers say.
Okay.
So that answers your question. Yes, you could go lighter and give a 10-10-10 and have a less effect. Yes.
So it looks like our friend Enterprise, we We love them.
We do.
Basically broke it down for us. Said it's the part percentages per weight of the bag. So if we have a
Ah,
100-pound bag, right? Let's say we have a 100-pound bag, and then we're breaking it down. So 10 pounds of this 100-pound bag would be 10 pounds would be nitrogen, 10 pounds would be phosphorus, 10 pounds would be potassium. Like, wait a minute, right? That leaves us with 70 pounds left over. What's that? That's all filler material. Because when you're getting a fertilizer, not all of it is 100% fertilizer. So, yes, thank you, Enterprise. So, 50-pound
thank
bag,
you so
50
much.
pounds of milk. See, spot on. Thank you.
Wow.
So, yes,
Yes.
if you look at those numbers, it's the weight of the bag. That's what it's a percentage of.
I'll tell you what, that's the great thing about gardening too, is you can always learn stuff, we learn stuff from people in the comments, we learn stuff from each other. That doesn't make, I didn't know, I always thought it was sort of a percentage of something, but.
I mean, it technically still is.
But, wow, I didn't know it was like poundage or weight. Huh. Okay.
Yeah, so parts, pounded, something like that.
It's logical before, you can take one of those high fertilizers, like 24, like, oh my God, that's a lot of fertilizer. But you cut that down. It's like Brown back in the day, and you can
Yes, New Jack City. For the love of money, you break it down.
Just cut it, just cut it a little bit, just cut it.
Yes.
But the thing is, or you can just like use smaller amounts, right? I guess.
Yeah, you use small. Like I will definitely like the fertilizers I generally get now are like below 10. All the numbers are usually below 10 and the like below 5 even in most cases. So I generally don't. I'll use them heavier, but they're slow releases and they're good. And the liquids like a Miracle Grow, I think is. Let's see. I just happen to have this beside me. This is a. I know. I was trying to read it. 24-8-16. 24-8-16. So like you can water that down and use it like at half strength or even fourth strength, which I often do for my plants in conjunction with other stuff I'm doing.
Now, I just want to say one quick thing. I know a lot of folks talk about, and they're probably hearing these numbers. It sounds like you guys are talking about synthetic fertilizers as opposed to organic fertilizers. But I think I've said it before, and I think my brothers here will agree with me. Honestly, I've used both. Use what works the best in the scenario. Going back to my scenario before, we're talking about like zones 4 and zones 5, who maybe have a short window and can only grow in such a short period of time. Using the synthetic fertilizer or liquid-based readily accessible fertilizer is completely fine. It's not like you're selling your produce well, even if you're selling it at a market, you're not applying for an organic produce certificate. So you're fine. It won't hurt. It actually helps with your growing.
Yeah.
But now, I'm out here in Texas. I love using a slow release organic fertilizer like a worm casting or something like that. But that's because I have a super long growing window. Like you and Andre and Derek, we have a long window. So we can do those slow releases, right?
Yeah. And I'm growing multiple things. And I'm also, for me, especially on the patio, I'm growing so much in my pot, so much biomass. So I do go heavier than most people because I'm pulling all that out quicker. Go ahead, Greg, or Andre, rather.
But it's funny because when I got the rabbit poop from the rabbit guy, he told me that the rabbit poop, I think he said it was like a 2-2-2.
Oh, that's good.
2-1-1, I think is what you put out on the video. I watched it.
Oh, you watched it? Was it 2-1-1?
You have to watch your video.
2-1-1. All right, 2-1-1. I remember it was like really low numbers, and I was like, "Oh wow!" I would have thought that there would be, less filler, but I guess rabbit poop is a lot of filler in it.
Well, I
feel
mean,
like only so much of it is going to be the actual elements: nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, right?
Yeah, and that's only 3 of like the 17 that are important. And like this goes into the concept of why we needed synthetic fertilizers, because we needed higher numbers to be able to feed people. The organic stuff is like by default lower. So yeah, you could use it. Yeah, the rabbit poop. Watch the replay. Watch this when it goes back up. He talks about it at the top. And I know you talked about
Did we get all our sponsors? We got all our sponsors today.
We did. We mentioned everybody. We talked about the people. We talked about being on a budget. I know a lot of you had questions about guinea pig poop and everything else. I want you to hit us up in our messages. Those of you who had a lot of questions about that type of poop, we could talk about that in the messages because that's a long conversation. I see Abjo asking. So please, don't break your bank growing these plants. Please don't do that.
With that being said, since we're running out of time here, guys, you think we should do another episode, do a continuation of this, and keep talking about low cost, cost cutting methods for garden? What do you guys think? Let us know. Let us know in the replay of this video. Like, hey, can you do a part 2? Tell us, because we watch and we respond to those comments in the comments.
sure
Tell us,
do.
like, hey, do a part 2, because we surely will. Because we're here for you.
We're seeing some yeses. We love to see it.
All
And
right.
apparently Bambi don't like you, Andre.
Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for joining me here, Jay, Derek, and we'll be back next week like we are every single Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern time. All right, see you guys.